it is. Let me read this, though. I want this to sink into your mind, ladies and gentlemen. Here we have Americans that are down on the border, and I'm sure they think that they're maybe doing something really good and humanitarian by helping these poor people that's coming from these other countries, helping them get across the border. And they're calling it political activism because they have the support of the President of the United States of America today. But just, I'm going to read you a statement by the Santa Cruz County Sheriff, what he had to say when they confront the smugglers that are bringing these people across the border. Those smugglers look our law enforcement in the face and tell them we have the support of the President of the United States of America. Now, I don't think any of us would deny that. That probably is a true statement. But you think about this. The smugglers telling the sheriff, telling the law enforcement at the border that's there to protect not only those that are trying to come into the country of the United States of America, but trying to protect everything that's going on. These human smugglers are bringing them in. They could care less about whether something happens to one. Look at the little, what was it, 6-year-old child? We've all seen pictures of it. You know, and I think I'll show that right now, if our TV could get that up quickly. This little 6-year-old child that's abandoned at the border. Listen to this.
Horror that he has to now live with the rest of his life at that moment. That'll scar him.
That tears my heart out to think of this. Now, and we've got United States citizens that now think it's okay to go and help and produce situations just like what you witnessed there because they're getting paid for it.
Right. I just looked it up and I was right. According to the Washington Post, the analysis they made or got says that $500 billion a year is what the cartel makes every year with these border crossings. It is a monopoly to them. And think about it. During Barack Obama's administration, they had lawyers going down into Mexico advising the people of American law and how to handle it when they come to the U.S. Right. This is treason, Miss Francis.
Yes, it is.
This is treason.
The worst kind, yes. And we have American citizens joining in. It's an Arizona border resident, John, I won't say the last name. He gave an interview, and he said that this is a new trend that has started down in Arizona right after President Biden took office. A lot of human smugglers we're seeing now are not of the Hispanic origin. We saw a middle-aged male Caucasian on Easter evening at a smuggling transition point in the Hunga Chuka Mountains. He was looking really lost. He did everything he could to evade any contact with me and left. And then I saw his headlights bouncing down the dirt roads as if he was looking for a group because he didn't know the area. And so what is happening, these people are coming down there and trying to help the immigrants that are coming across, trying to help them. That'd be like, Dave, you going down and using your vehicle to transport them across the border. Now we have that, and if you will do that, you'll get paid for it.
And not even across the border, but towards all parts of the United States to get them established. Who's paying for this?
Good question.
Yeah.
Who's paying? But see, like they get this little child who's 6 years old, no adults with him, And they abandon him, and the poor little thing is screaming his heart out, begging him not to leave him there. And they go off and leave him in the middle of something like this.
At the border, yeah.
Huh?
At the border, just left him.
Yeah. And he's screaming his heart out. He said Arizona is typically very conservative, especially in this county, cattle country. And if people with contradictory political views can come down here and make more money by smuggling and expressing their political views by assisting and getting people across the border, they consider it a win-win for them. But he says this is a dangerous form of political activism inspired by the Biden administration, and it is at best rooted in ignorance. Until illegal immigrants have no choice but to cooperate with the Mexican coyotes, a term for smugglers on the Mexican side, other individuals employed by the cartels in order to cross over into the United States of America. And he said, and as an anonymous Arizona border rancher expressed to me, the cartels have a complete disregard for human life.
Oh, sure.
They
Right.
don't
They don't care. It's all about money.
if that kid gets killed out there. They are so heartless
That's right.
that they don't care what happens to that child. It said that we have found over the years that the majority of cartel members involved in smuggling have treated the immigrants very, very badly. And then he goes over and begins to share in some of the things that we've actually witnessed happening on TV. But this, guys, if we've got American citizens like any of us, and we're going to take our cars, knowing that we'll get paid for it if we do, go down to the border and help bring these illegal immigrants over into the United States of America. And we can call that political activism?
Think how many of the charities and even religious charities like the Roman Catholics that have been very helpful to these that are considered illegals. Are they getting paid to do that?
Yeah.
To motivate them to do things illegally?
Yes, they are.
These are illegal individuals that are coming to our country against American law. We're aiding and abetting criminals. We are creating an environment of lawlessness. How else could it be that in Portland, Oregon, they could actually create a little city within a city for a short period of time and have a mayor accept that? We are living in insane times. The only sanity that we can have is if we can, as a church, pray through, preach the gospel, and turn from our wicked ways.